Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. We've got so much going on, it's not even funny. So, woke up this morning, started doing research and all that good stuff. Sit down, start compiling my notes and everything, and I hear about China's stimulus package. China's stimulus package seems to be falling short. I mean, it did move the market positively, right? But because they didn't go as far as what people thought they should go, it has a lot of negative speculation going on. So things like, why didn't you just hand out vouchers to everybody? Well, the reason why, I was listening to the news, reason why, most people in China, when they think things are bad, they'll take the money and save it. They won't use it. And the whole point of a stimulus package is to get the gears going. And the only way you get the gears going is by people spending money. They did offer in the package a way for people to actually refinance their mortgages or even get mortgages more easily. They also made it more easy for companies to actually go out and purchase unsold homes. Yeah. Sound like a downward spiral for you? It does for me. I'm not sure that I want a bunch of companies buying up, unsold homes, and then owning regions. I mean, I think that's a slippery slope. You see it going on in the United States. It's a very slippery slope. It's not a good thing. Then people are speculating that Visa is about to get hit with antitrust charges from the DOJ, saying that Visa allegedly had gone out there and monopolized the debit card market and even penalized customers that tried to use other payment systems. Whoa. That's a majorly big deal. Remember I told you that credit card companies are going to start having problems when because of crypto? This one isn't because of crypto. This is because of bad business practices. Alleged bad business practice. But nonetheless, enough that you've got government agencies looking into how you do business. No bueno. Why do you think Bitcoin was created? Yeah, to get away from stuff like that. Then you have Coinbase actually launching its wrapped BTC. It's called cbBTC, launching that on Solana. And this coincides with, this. There's a guy, Anthony Scaramucci, right? Skybridge Capital. And he's saying that in the future, Solana is going to play a very big role in how crypto is leveraged, how crypto is used. And he's not necessarily wrong. I mean, look at Franklin Templeton. They're about to integrate Solana. Look at Citibank. They're thinking about integrating Solana. Then you have this with Solana. And you sit back and you kind of go, Solana's making moves. And Solana people are making moves on Solana. I don't care what other people say. I still have a really big worry about Solana having, an outage because of that network gremlin that they have. They still haven't said, oh, we solved that problem. So it's still lurking. And remember, it happened just this year. Just before everything had taken a dip, Solana itself took a dip just because of that. It hit like 128 in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Really? And really has not, recovered to where it was previously. Now you could say, well, that's because of the market, blah, blah, blah. But you've had a lot of positive news and, they just haven't seen it. So I'm just paying attention to, yes, Solana is fast. The trend, TPS, transactions per second, is really high. But still, that network gremlin gives me cause for concern. Now, 21 Shares, they're the parent company of 21 Shares, 21.co, has added Chainlink's Proof of Reserves to its platform. Wow. I'm telling you, people aren't paying attention, but these little moves, like the same way I'm talking about Solana and Solana's making moves, Chainlink has been making moves and making inroads in the banking system. 21.co is not a small company. And you better believe if they're doing it, others are going to be doing it too. And if Chainlink is already in the door for that, how far away are they from, leveraging Chainlink for, let's say, tokenization? Just saying, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot to pay attention to, which is why Chainlink will forever be in my wallet, because I believe it's a part of that connective tissue. BlackRock. BlackRock has filed an amendment to their IBIT Bitcoin trust, spot ETF, right? Not trust, spot ETF. And that amendment says that Coinbase will handle all transactions for withdrawals within 12 hours. Why is that? Because there's still rumor going around that Coinbase might not have the capability or all of the Bitcoin that they say they have. That's a big amendment. But I want you to think about this. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, we could put that amendment in, not a problem. You don't feel good? Not a problem. We'll put that amendment in. So they go and they put the amendment in, and you sit there and you kind of go, that was quick. Why can they do that? I think they can do that because BlackRock believes in Coinbase. They've been doing business with Coinbase for years. So I can believe that, yeah, okay, I can see that happening. They have confidence. They're not worried about it. That's a sign that they're not worried about it. They put that verbiage in there so that their customers could also not worry about it. Smart move. Very smart move. If you're smart enough to see it, it's a very smart chess move. But really, I mean, 12 hours really takes that long to process the withdrawal? Shouldn't take even that long. But still, 12 hours, not bad. Right? 12 hours, less than a day. Because crypto never sleeps. Never sleeps and is stateless. Just keeping that in the forefront of your mind. Something else I want to keep in the forefront of your mind. Here's why you want to be a big bagger. So we have a couple of big baggers that are really, really, really into research, just like me. One of them is Joaquin. Joaquin is no joke. Buddy boy is no joke. He went out and he heard that there's a new number by the Chicago Fed called the NFCI, and basically it tracks the liquidity, of the market, right? And if you use that number, you'd be able to understand the higher the number, the higher liquidity, lower the number, lower the liquidity. That was actually a great find. I don't use that number. I don't use that number at all. I mean, do I worry about the liquidity of, financial institutions? Of course. What's going on in the market? Of course. But am I worried about that number? I don't use it. But you can easily see why people would. Easily see how people would. And to be frank, to be totally clear, I'm not using that number for crypto. Would I use that number for stocks and bonds and options and the rest? Absolutely. Would I use it if I was considering real estate? Absolutely. That's a great find. Joaquin, hat tip to you, buddy. Thought I'd bring that up this morning because he brought it up last night and I didn't want him to think I wrote it off. I was saying I don't use it for my crypto portfolio. I don't use it for anything like that. For me, my technical analysis happens after I do the news, meaning I'm going to research something first. Then I'll look at the technical analysis. If it reaches the parameters from my research that says it's good enough to look at technical analysis. And the reason for that is crypto moves on news first. Numbers are nice, but crypto moves on news. Crypto can be flying crazy high, doing very well, and then news drops, true or false news, FUD, whatever, and it's now done a 180. Excuse me. So there's a big deal about that. So I do pay attention, but that was a great find because it's not like it's not like that's information that's, readily available that everybody knows about. You had to go digging for that. So hat tip to Joaquin for going digging for the NFCI by the Chicago Fed. So if you're interested, go look that up. That could be very helpful to you. What else is there? You have Ripple moving 200 million XRP. Why? Because they want to make sure that they have enough money in case there is a last minute appeal by the SEC. Remember, the SEC only has a little while to make that appeal, and they're thinking that SEC is going to do it the last minute. They're going to make everybody think, oh, we're not going to do anything, and then at the last minute, bam, here's an appeal. But remember, that appeal, I don't think it's going to mean anything to anybody. I think you're going to get an appeal because they feel they didn't get enough money. That's why you're getting an appeal. Which begs to reason, you know, if there was a higher number as a penalty, would the SEC have just gone away? Maybe. But, Ripple was fast enough to be able to say 125 million, we can take care of that. So they had a conversation with the SEC. They took that money, they put it into escrow, and now that money will sit there until, both sides agree that, okay, either appeal is happening and it'll get paid after the appeal, or an appeal is not happening, in which case, they get that money back. But remember, when you put something in escrow, it's supposed to be in an interest-bearing account. So imagine if it's sitting there. Imagine if there's no appeal and it's sitting there just $125 million collecting, interest. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then they only get, like, the government would only get the 125 million. The interest would go back to Ripple because they're only getting 125 million as of right now. That appeal, I think the appeal would be meant to just drag it out and waste more taxpayer money. I think that's what it's really all about. Then you have OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman. His X account was hacked to promote, a crypto scam. And I'm sitting back, and every time I turn around, they're saying, "Oh, this person's account on X was hacked. This person's account was hacked on X." What's the common thing here, people? Everybody's still running over to X, and I have to ask the question: why are you still running over to X? And they clearly have a security problem. Did you know that a part of the blue check mark that you now have to pay for is that now you can use two-factor authentication? So clearly, Sam Altman's account must have already had two-factor authentication already on it, right? But for the regular person, you have to pay for security? Why would I trust your platform if I have to pay for security? Shouldn't your platform already be secure? Like that's one of the tactics that X is using. So I sat there and I listened to an interview last night with Steve Ballmer, and he says, I get the bulk of my news from X. And he's like, well, I hear something on X and then I'll go research it. Aha. So he'll get his ideas for researching something from X. I can understand that because he's saying, I'm not going to take it for granted. I'm going to go research it. I'll hear about it and I'll go, okay, let me add that to my list of stuff to go research. Cool. I'm cool with that. But the fact that that's his only input, I'm kind of like newspapers, stuff like that. Like, because right now I have a problem with X. My problem with X is at any point in time, accounts can get hacked. You want to know something else? Here's a scenario for you. I hack your account, but I don't hack your account to promote, a scam. I hack your account to promote a slight twist to news, to plant a little seed, and that's it. Something that's so small that you don't even think that the account is hacked. Oh. See how quickly and easily that can happen? And for a large account where people are paying attention, okay, they might catch that. But for a small account, they're probably not going to catch that, and they'll keep it moving. For a lot of people, social media is a one-way street. For business, it's a one-way street. We promote our news. They might not be paying attention to everything that goes out the door. Just saying. I have an issue with, accounts being, every time I turn around, an account being hacked, it's always on X. And you could say that, well, other platforms are, irrelevant. Possible that you could say that. But last I checked, LinkedIn is still a great platform. Facebook is still a great platform. News still travels on those two platforms. And there are other platforms. But X is always the one that gets slammed. Just saying. Taking away two-factor authentication from regular users is a problem. Now, here's something for you. If Sam Altman's account is a blue checkmark account, did it have two-factor authentication turned on? And the question becomes then, who got hacked? Did he get hacked or did X get hacked? Either way, the common thread is X. And it seems to happen all the time. Anyway, just saying, if you're paying attention to X, be careful with that. Be careful with that. Something else I'm gonna be careful. The reason why I bring that up is because obviously, X or Elon Musk is working on a new payment system. So I'm going to be wondering about their payment system. How secure is their payment system? And is that payment system going to be a part of X? If it is, I have a security problem right off the bat. Just saying, just bringing that to your attention. Pay attention, people. Do your own research. Pay attention. Bitcoin miner CleanSpark actually says, you know what? We've increased our Mississippi capabilities, our mining capabilities in Mississippi. That's big. That's big. That's huge news that you get a single miner saying we're increasing capacity. Okay. Paying attention to that because they're not playing games. They're getting it done. Something else that I've been talking about for a while is finally hitting. I'm wondering if Michael Saylor pays attention to my channel. I hope he does. I wish he would. But he's talking about offering Bitcoin-backed loans, pushing forward a new method of utilizing Bitcoin as collateral in traditional finance. Whoa. I've been saying that for a while. I've been telling you guys, Bitcoin is not the same as other coins. Its scarcity, its rank is number one. It is not the same as other coins. So why do I keep putting into Bitcoin? That's why. Because that is going to be a thing no matter what anybody tells you. That is going to be a reality, a stark reality. Right? So I'm just building up on Bitcoin. I don't care if it's $50. Bitcoin. Just keep going. Just keep going. Because that's a loan that's going to be something where that's going to be a big deal. A very big deal. Just saying, folks. Just saying. Bitwise, an executive from Bitwise predicts that the market volatility for the launch of Bitcoin options is going to remain, suggesting it could lead to rapid price movements and increased liquidity. Yeah. Just saying, I'm telling you, we're watching the normalization of crypto happening right before our eyes. And I'm hoping that more people pay attention to that. I really am. It's no joke, folks. It's no joke. Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. Let's move the notes out of the way. We're going to start with the Crypto Tracker Top 25 Losers. GMB Crypto Tracker Top 25 Losers. And you go straight from this guy, whoever this guy is. I don't know what MX is, which is down 7%. GMBX factor of 50.3x, 50.36x. No idea who they are. I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about them. Healthy market cap, though. That's a pretty healthy market cap. However, no, not who they are. But as soon as you see that, it drops down to 5 and drops all the way down to 1. So there's not a lot of losers over here, just a lot of projects going sideways. So you jump over to GMB Crypto Tracker Top 25 Winners. And then you start to see some news. You see Arweave up 16%. They have a GMBX factor of 2.77x. Do I think they can do it? Yeah, I really do. Cat in a Dog's World is up 13%. Yeah, it's a meme coin. 0.75 GMBX factor. Not bad. Dog with Hat up 11%. GMBX factor of 1.55x. Can it do it in the coming bull market? Yes. Absolutely. The answer is yes. Somebody the other night asked me about ICP or Internet Computer, which I do not own, do not buy, not into them. They're up 8%, and they have a GMBX factor of 76.07. They are 99% off of their all-time high. Do I really have to answer about that project? I have no faith in that project whatsoever. Stacks also up 8%. GMBX factor of 0.98x. Not bad. That's not a bad number. And definitely Stacks can make it. Definitely. Absolutely. Keep scrolling down. You have Near Protocol, 7%, 2.93 GMBX factor. Absolutely. Yes, I completely bypassed Jasmy Coin because, yeah, not happening for me. because you can do your own research. You can get the GMB crypto tracker by going to growmybag.tv/crypto-tracker, and you can go get your own copy, and then you can actually do a lot more research than what I'm just giving you a brief glimpse of right here. That's interesting. But everybody else just kind of moving sideways, because look right here, this is when you get to the fives. So I do a top 250. You get to 25 highs, 25 lows, everybody in between. You can see where you are. You're moving from 5% to negative 1%. That's lateral movement. That's lateral movement. If you're a trader, you're paying attention to that lateral movement because you might be playing the ups and downs. You might be playing the ups and downs. Not a bad move. Not going to be mad at you if that's what you're going to tell me. We already went over what the government's doing this week. We have the fear and greed index up at 54 from 50 where it was yesterday. We have DeFi Llama telling us that we have $94.935 billion in total value locked. Wow, that was bad. We have this. Now, this is interesting to me. This is very, very interesting to me. Here's why. Right here is where you see it, where it touched and used the 200-day moving average as support, and it looks like it's dipping just below, right? It's going to dip just below the 200-day moving average, and it looks like it's going up. You can see the pull right there. You can see the pull right there. There's a lot of positive news that's going on. A lot of positive news. And we should be paying attention to it because we're pointing higher. Look at where we are right now. And have you been paying attention to this? Am I the only one that's seeing a pattern here? Am I the only one that's seeing a pattern here? Let me see if I can zoom in for you. Let me get back over here. So, yep, there it is. There it is. You're going from above our blue area over here, from above to just below, back to above to just below, back to above, just below. I'm expecting the back to above. Those are big swings that we should all be paying attention to. Just saying, we've been moving within a very tight space. It doesn't seem like a tight space because we're zoomed in. But if you take a broader look, we've been looking at this tighter space for a while now. And there's positive news coming. October's coming. The slowdown of September. September is usually really slow. October starts off really slow, then starts to build momentum. I'm telling you, by the end of the year, we could be looking at $100,000 Bitcoin. Just saying, just putting that out there for you. Everything that I see in red, everything that I see in red. I mean, except for Tron. I don't play around with Tron. I don't play around with ICP either. I don't touch either one of those. But there are a lot of things over here that I'm looking at it and I'm just going, wow. And are you paying attention to SHIB? Are you paying attention to SHIB? SHIB's at one. Let me just refresh the screen just to make sure that we're all looking at the freshest numbers. SHIB's at 14.57 right here. That's where it's at. Just a little while ago, it was at 12. Quietly making moves. Year to date, 40%. Toncoin, year to date, 1.41%. Even Dogecoin, positively, 21% up. All of those better than Ethereum, but Ethereum's been making moves. It was negative year to date, and now it's 15.96, almost 16% upward momentum on year to date. Wow. Look at that 7-day mark for Ethereum. Again, just trying to get the rhythm of coins. And you saw how I just showed you a rhythm. I'm telling you, pay attention. Things are going on. Things are absolutely going on. And that's what I'm paying attention to, is all the things that are going on, that we'd be able to do stuff, pick up things and make money. It's all about growing the bag. It's all about growing your bag. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you can, become a member. Did you know that that big baggers in our network have a separate day where we get together via a live video conference and talk about our bags and how we can grow them? I gave you a taste of that with Joaquin's research on the Chicago Fed's NFCI. Just saying, there's a lot of good stuff that comes out of that. A lot of good stuff. And I'll keep trying to bring it to light for you. But really, you got to be a big bagger. I'm just giving you a reason to become a big bagger. Everybody, have a good one. This is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv, and I really do hope you have a good one.